Hi everyone, Ronnie Rowe here again with Ronnie Rowe Designs. A little late this week. Got tied up with some things, and last week we were in the midst of weather, rain, wind from the hurricane down in Florida, worked its way up the coast. So anyway, doing a lot of yard work, trying to get some things cleaned up, and really haven't made a lot of progress on anything this week, but I do want to show you some things this week that I've been working on for a right good while. A lot of you ask me about stitching, how I stitch things. Well, last video I told you about a new project I'm going to be starting once I get squared away. And remember this? This is a little sketch I did. I'm gonna have a house right here. And right now I'm still struggling on some of the sky as far as the light going down on this building and the coloring. So haven't gotten very far, but once I do get ahead and get it to a point where I'm going to be cutting material and laying it out, I'm going to show you that. I'm going to lay the material out. I'm going to cut it, show you what I do, all the dimensions, all the cuts I make, how I mark the material, and all that. So that is coming. So that's my next project to be working on once I get to the point I can get to it. So, but in the meantime, I still stitch all along. And I had a friend of mine some months ago asked me if I would stitch a piece for them and wanted me to do it. So, and I agreed to do it. And I said, I'll do it because I didn't have anything really, the needle and thread thing. So what I'm working on is a design that I did. It's called Snowbound. And that was one that we featured early in one of these videos. And so anyway, I'll show you where I am on that. First of all, Ronnie Rowe, what do? I take some old mat board, put some holes in it. These are my colors right here for Snowbound. This is what I do when I stitch. I have this next to me where all of my colors, I can sit there and pull whatever I need at that moment. It goes into that design. As far as the design itself, got it on a board like this. This over here is my design. And what I do is I actually enlarge this so I could see it better. And this is a piece of steel board, or metal board, and I keep it with magnets. Oh, there it goes. Magnets stick to it so I can go down and figure out where I am. That's very important for me to do this. And so I go in rows. I start up in the left-hand corner of a design and work from left to right at the top of the design and go down so many, and then I'll go back the same way. That's the way I normally do everything. Then actual design that I'm stitching right, excuse me, that I'm stitching right now. I use this hoop, and this is a plastic hoop, and a lot of, like I told you one time before, a lot of people say don't use plastic hoops. I don't know why, but they do. But anyway, this is Snowbound, what I'm working on. It's in the hoop right now, as you can see, and obviously not framed. The back of my stuff, terrible looking. I don't care about the back a whole lot. But anyway, if I take this for you out of this hoop, let me see here. Here it is. There's Snowbound. That's what I'm currently working on right now. You can see all the blue pencil marks on this, the little squares. And what I use is one of these. This is a blue marking pen. This is a marking pen that I go through this and mark 10 by 10 squares like all of you do. But anyway, somebody wanted to see how I did this. And so that's the way I do it. So it works for me. I've been doing it like this for a long, long time, and it just seems to work. After I get through with this, I will, my pen. After I get through with this, I will wash this real good, let it dry, air dry to some degree, iron all of this out, and then I'll do the framing. And I'm going to show you all of that when I get through with this, how I frame this and the process I go through with that. So anyway, that's backside. Anyway, that is Snowbound I'm doing with somebody. It's not that many stitches. It doesn't really take that long to do. And but anyway, that's what it is. I just roll it up like that and throw it in the corner. I'm going to wash it and take care of it. Some new designs I'm going to have later on with this segment that we're doing. But first, I forgot last week to show you a framed picture of one of my new designs, which is the lock. This is stitch this the same way I just showed you that, but this is all framed up, a lock. Hope you can see that. I apologize for the reflection. This blue line you see, this is the first time right here. This is a white mat board. This is all the fabric right here, obviously. But this blue line right here, the fabric, this mat board is new, and you can get it in all different colors. And the line right here, that is inside the mat board. So this is not double matted, this is single matted. But this piece of mat board, when you cut your 45-degree bevels, that's what you get. You'll see that color inside. And you can go through and look if you go to a frame shop or like I do. I use a art supply warehouse that I'm near, and so that they supply that. But anyway, that's all framed up. Other ones I wanted to show you that are framed up that we're going to be talking about here shortly is tractor. This is a tractor. Hope you can see that one. And these are a little bit smaller than the other one. And the other one I want to show you is the barn wheels. This one here is barn wheels. And so all framed up. And that's anyway one of the newer designs. We're going to be talking about these shortly. One of the older designs that on my black and whites that I did some years ago, I did the United States Capitol. A lot of folks out there, I know that Jules, she was stitching this a long time ago. This was one of the big projects that Jules started stitching. And anyway, the story goes, I had this design out. Let me see. Yeah, I had this design out of the U.S. Capitol, and I had sent it off to various shops across the country, along with distributors. And after a while, the design, it just doesn't sell. It just slows down. And then all of a sudden, I started getting orders for the U.S. Capitol. I mean, I started getting orders after orders for the Capitol. And I couldn't understand what was going on. Why am I getting all these orders? Well, come to find out, this lady in Denver, Colorado, Jules, she was stitching with Jules. She was stitching the Capitol, and the people that followed her on her YouTube channel started writing me to get this design. But anyway, so I really need to thank Jules for all of that. She's become, and I really didn't know Jules at the time, but since then we've become very, very close friends, and she's doing very well with her design work. So anyway, the Capitol, but I wanted to show you, this is huge. This is big. This is the original that I did. And like I say, this is a large design. There is the Capitol all stitched up. This is what I did making this pattern. So, and again, I framed this in a silver frame with white and matte black, white matte board on the outside, and trimmed it off with the black. But anyway, this is a big project, but there is the Capitol. If I had to go back and do it over again, I don't know if I would put all that tree hanging down, because that's a lot of work, but it did give it some perspective and some depth and everything. But anyway, this was a project that I really enjoyed doing, that did quite well, and a lot of people have enjoyed it. But I wanted to show you the original of this that I had. So now like I say, I haven't got very far on the new design right now, but when I do get to the point where I'll be doing some stitching and cutting materials, you're going to certainly see that. Right now, I want to switch over, if I can, to a different background. Have to go through it this way. So anyway, there we are. Tractors. These are the two new designs I want to feature this week, and these designs were released for the August 2022 Needlework Expo here. It's been about a couple months ago now. So, but anyway, why tractors? Why this? Well, I've always done buildings and all types of buildings, whether it be a cottage, a historical building, or whatever. But I did this and put an old tractor and a truck in front of it, and I thought it looked good. There was a lot of color in this, and so anyway, I enjoyed it. I thought it would make for a very nice picture. The other one that I had will be coming up here shortly behind me is an old green tractor. And I don't know if any of y'all are country music fans or heard of it, but there was a song out years ago that I always remembered by Lefty Driesell and Shelley West. It was "You're the Reason God Made Oklahoma." That was the name of the song. And in that song, he came through with one of the verses. He'd worked all day on a John Deere tractor. And this country, I guess, nowhere we'd be without tractors. So I wanted to do a tractor. I've done planes, I've done cars, I've done motorcycles and hog heaven, and I wanted to do a tractor. So this is what I came up with, and like I say, these are not very huge designs. I don't think they're 280 by 180 or what it is, or something like that. But a lot of the white in here is the material. So these are available. They will be available on my SD site and my website. I did call my the fellow that does my website for me. None of the new works are on the website, but they are currently going to go on there. Here's my green tractor, and this was just an old tractor. Put a lot of green into it with a building in the back, and so anyway, that's the way that all came about. Again, a lot of my work that I do, you have to get, a lot of it is fill and everything. You got to get proportions right, and it's not exact. It's a lot of abstract, if you will, and that's what I'm going to be working on my next one too, with the wood pile and the old tree looking down a path. So I'm going to be doing a lot of that. Tomorrow morning, I'm going crabbing. Tomorrow morning, my buddy Doug and I, it'll be Thursday morning, and so we're going to try again tomorrow morning to go crabbing. Not much more going on this week, these designs, but anyway, I'm going to show you all my stitching for this. It doesn't show up with that screen behind me, but I'm going to show you how I go about everything when I get started. But first of all, I've got to get back to design work and do some color and figure out what I'm going to do on some layers and everything with this new design. So that will all work out. I appreciate all the comments this week. I thank you very, very much for that. That was very kind of each and every one of you. If you got any questions, give me a holler. I'll be happy to answer them. I've got a bunch of emails this week from folks wanting to know stitch counts. How do I find out this? So if you ever got a question about Ronnie Rowe Designs, just give me a holler. I'll be happy. I'll get right back to you as soon as I can. So that's about it for this week. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm hoping to have more in the weeks to come. I'll try not to be so late next week with the video, but we'll see how it goes. So anyway, I'm going to see. I hope the seas are friendly tomorrow morning crabbing. So, but anyway, want each and every one of you, again, thank each and every one of you for all your kind support, and hope you have a great week. Keep stitching, and see you soon.